It is back to school for students across our area today, and COVID-19 protocols are changing. What parents need to know before they drop their students off at school.
Plus, a bridge tender stands accused in a woman's death after she fell from a drawbridge. Why the worker's mother-in-law is now a big focal point of the investigation.
And skies are dry this morning, but a cold front will bring rain back to the area. I'll let you know when.
You're watching CBS 12 News This Morning.
All right, kids, hope you had a great spring break. It is back to normal, back to reality this morning. Good morning, I'm Matt Lincoln.
It's got to happen at some point. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Glass. Let's check in with Lauren, see how that first day back for all the spring break kiddos is looking today. Lauren?
Bummer, Matt. Breaking the news for all of us this morning.
Last stretch before the end of the school year, though. We're only a couple months away.
That is very true. Look right now at Storm Track radar. Skies nice and dry out there this morning. We will stay dry as we move through the rest of our day, but changes start to move in towards the end of our week on Thursday. We've got this strong cold front boundary right now, bringing the threat for severe storms across the south today, Louisiana and into Mississippi, really the hot spot that we'll be kind of zoning in on for the threat for tornadoes. Yesterday it was in Texas. So a look at your hour by hour. This is 11:15 tomorrow morning. Skies dry, but by tomorrow afternoon, some thunderstorms could move into parts of our area. We'll stay mostly dry overnight and as we head into Thursday, but then that approaching cold front brings the chance of rain again for Thursday afternoon. Showers might linger very early on Friday as well, but then we are much cooler once this front finally passes. Between now and Friday night, I think we'll get around a half an inch, maybe some areas getting close to an inch if you get stuck under a heavier downpour outside. But highs for today, again, back in the low to mid 80s. It will be very warm out there. We're going to get a little bit warmer again tomorrow before the front moves in, and then we're much cooler this weekend. We'll take a closer look at those falling temperatures still ahead. Matt, Ashley?
All right, Lauren, thank you. Taking a look at our roads, on-time traffic, and this is Boca Raton, South Palm Beach County. Not seeing any problems there. How about our traffic tracker? Gary's going eastbound 45th Street right now, West Palm Beach. Not seeing any problems. There's a school bus on its way back after spring break, first time in man, it's been, let's see, on 10 days since the school kids have been in school, and here they are, going back today.
Well, it feels like a lot longer, too. 6:31 is the time right now. This morning, Palm Beach County School District is relaxing its COVID protocols as thousands of students, as we've been talking about, they're heading back to school after a little stretch off for spring break.
Yeah, it all comes as we've seen COVID cases extremely low in schools compared to when the Omicron and Delta variants were spreading. So right now, Terry Hornstein is live at the Plumosa School of the Arts in Delray Beach.
Yeah, so Terry, what does this mean for students and parents as they're heading back to the classroom? What do we need to know?
Hey, good morning. You know, for students, this might not be such good news, but the good news here is COVID-19 cases are down at this point. We're talking about so low, there are barely any cases within the district. And that's why COVID-19 protocols within the Palm Beach County School District are changing as of today. So let's break this all down for you. And I want to start with the most controversial of all the issues here. Let's talk about masks. You know, they've been very controversial since the pandemic began. So when it comes to masks, they are now optional for students, staff, and visitors as well. So before today, they were strongly encouraged. Contact tracing is also ending as of today. Parents will still be notified if someone in their student's class does have COVID-19. And school nurses will continue to test students who show symptoms, but they have to have those consent forms on files from their parents in order to be able to be tested in school. And students or staff who feel they may have been exposed can get a rapid test while on campus. And these changes, again, are in place because COVID-19 cases are down at this point. But again, if they rise, you know, this could change back. So obviously a very fluid situation as the number of COVID-19 cases fluctuates. And right now, again, just so few cases within Palm Beach County. So some great news at this point. But the district does want to remind parents and students as well, you know, when it comes to COVID-19, the best things to do, of course, that frequent hand washing we've been telling you about. And for parents, if students have any symptoms of COVID-19, they say to please keep your student at home. And as for this school here, Plumosa School of the Arts behind me, that sign says class starts at 7:50 a.m. So I'm sorry to all the students out there, but it's going to be an early start for you once again today. But as Matt said, you know, it's the end of the school year, the final stretch before summer.
It certainly is, Terry. Also this morning, we are learning that Florida teachers could soon see a boost in their pay. Governor DeSantis is raising the starting salary for teachers to $47,000. Right now, numbers show there are about 42,000 open jobs in the state, and more than 500 of them are in Palm Beach County. Governor hopes the increase in pay will help reduce the teacher shortage across the state.
6:34 right now this morning, we're learning there may be more criminal charges in the case of a 79-year-old woman who fell from a drawbridge in West Palm Beach last month.
The bridge tender has been charged with manslaughter after police say she did not properly inspect the area before raising the bridge.
And court documents show the bridge tender texted her supervisor, who's also her mother-in-law, before and after the incident. The supervisor told her to tell police she did the inspections. She also told the tender to delete their text messages. Patrick McCamey, a former homicide prosecutor and criminal defense attorney in Palm Beach County, says the supervisor could also be charged.
It's 101 consciousness of guilt, clearly. Delete it because I'm counseling you and I'm tampering with you as a witness. I would say the supervisor should be very concerned because there looks like criminal liability on her part.
Prosecutors haven't announced any charges against the supervisor at this time. CBS 12 News reached out to her for a comment, but so far we have not heard back.
And Sam Kerrigan's live desk on this story. CBS 12 News has been following from the start.
Right, Sam, so Palm Beach County mayor is now calling for cameras to be put inside those bridge tender houses.
Yeah, Mayor Robert Weinroth says installing cameras inside the bridge tender houses that you see near the middle of every drawbridge would add an extra layer of accountability and protection. His support for the cameras comes after the death of Carol Wright last month and multiple videos surfacing of other drawbridge mishaps in Palm Beach County, like here on this county-controlled drawbridge in Lantana last October, where you can see a car and its panicked driver sliding dangerously as the bridge opens beneath the vehicle. Mayor Weinroth says adding cameras will help protect both the people using the bridges as well as the people operating them.
That's an appropriate question, and I think it probably is something that would help both on the person who's on duty to make sure that they're attentive, and also on the area that they're supposed to be protecting if something goes wrong.
Now, installing cameras and storing the video won't necessarily be cheap, but when we asked Mayor Weinroth if he would still support the idea if it comes down to money, he said he believes it is worth the expense. We know on the day Carol Wright fell to her death, a nearby camera did record what was happening, but so far, investigators won't say where that camera is or who it belongs to. Matt.
All right, Sam, thank you. 6:36 now. This morning, polls will open for several cities holding runoff elections, including the town of Jupiter. The race for mayor is between Ilan Kofer, who you see on your left, and Jim Koretsky on your right. Kofer won the election earlier this month by more than 500 votes, but to win, you need to carry more than 50% of the overall votes. So all voting precincts will be open today. You can vote from 7 to 7.
Let's head live to Miami Beach now, 6:36. This area is now under a state of emergency after 2 shootings this past weekend during spring break time. And in just 2 days, there'll be a midnight curfew in Miami Beach to keep the spring breakers off the streets. At least 5 people were sent to the hospital. Dozens were hurt in these 2 separate shootings from over the weekend. We showed you this moment caught on camera by a hotel owner. A crowd running after the shots were fired. This is just some of the violence that have police and local leaders in Miami Beach worried. Spring breakers are known to pack other hotspots like Fort Lauderdale, Daytona Beach, and Delray Beach. We talked with Boca Raton City Commissioner Andy Thompson. He doesn't think they will visit his city.
We have world-class beaches, great nightlife, lots of things to do and see. But at least for Boca Raton, which is what I represent, we really have an image of a place where you come for family fun.
Delray Beach police tell us they're not concerned either with spring breakers causing any problems, but they're prepared just in case.
And this morning, we are learning the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office made an arrest in connection with a murder in Green Acres last week. They say 23-year-old Lucas Torres shot and killed a man at the Waterway Village Apartments. That's right by the Okeechobee Golf Course. The victim has still not been identified. Torres faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder.
This morning, Port St. Lucie is implementing a new approach to deal with its mounting trash problem. Council members have decided to switch from twice weekly pickup to just once a week. City's also issuing larger trash cans so people can include more garbage in that weekly pickup. They also plan to use computerized trucks that can get the job done without a team of trash collectors. The city's been using its own staff to pick up waste amid a dispute. It's been ongoing with the trash company Waste Pro. They're contracted with them. These changes likely won't go into effect until September.
All right, 6:38 now, and confirmation hearings continuing today for a historic nomination to our country's highest court.
And we could see those meetings get contentious today. We'll tell you why straight ahead.
If we save one life, we save the world.
Boca Raton woman using her dollars and her fundraising website to get Ukrainians somewhere safe. Why the cause is so special to her and how you can help.
Right now, let's take a live look here at the U.S. Capitol, where Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be the hot seat again today.
Yep, in just hours, the first of 2 days of questioning will start in the confirmation hearings for the Supreme Court nominee.
Yeah, Judge Jackson's President Biden's pick to replace retiring Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. Sam's back at the live desk for us this morning, following these hearings all week long.
And Sam, you know, she had a chance to introduce herself to the country once again yesterday with her family right there next to her.
She did, Matt and Ashley, and during her opening statement, Jackson thanked God and her family for their support. You can see her husband and 2 daughters sitting behind her here as she made her first remarks to the Senate Judiciary Committee. She reassured them that she is committed to supporting and defending the Constitution. She also told senators she decides cases from a neutral position. Take a listen.
I evaluate the facts, and I interpret and apply the law to the facts of the case before me without fear or favor, consistent with my judicial oath.
So the real test will come today when questioning begins. We can expect Democrats to praise her extensive experience on the bench, while Republicans will look to grill Jackson about her judicial record. Jackson, though, is no stranger to the process. As a federal judge, this is her 4th time sitting before the committee. Day 2 of these hearings gets underway at 9 o'clock this morning.
And Sam, at the start of yesterday's hearing, the committee's chairman wished U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas a speedy recovery. Justice Thomas remains in the hospital this morning with an infection. We know he is responding to antibiotics. He was admitted to the hospital on Friday with flu-like symptoms.
6:43 is the time. This morning, the Ukrainian president says he's ready to discuss a deal with Russia. President Zelensky says he will make a commitment to not join NATO in exchange for a ceasefire, withdrawal of Russian troops, and a guarantee of Ukraine's security. Now, this comes as the fighting rages on all throughout the country. In the besieged city of Mariupol, the Ukrainian military is now saying bombs are falling every 10 minutes, with many residents trapped there for weeks. The UN says more than 900 civilians have been killed in this conflict, but they fear that number is actually much, much higher. President Joe Biden heads to Europe tomorrow for an emergency summit with other NATO countries. The White House says he does not have plans to visit Ukraine.
And after weeks of seeing images from Ukraine, people across our area want to step up to help refugees escape or recover after they've had to leave everything behind.
Yeah, so many of us have this feeling, how do we get involved? Well, this morning we're learning about a Boca Raton woman who teamed up with a nonprofit in Eastern Europe to get some money directly to Ukrainians.
Yeah, and our Madeline Montgomery here live in studio. Manny, how could our money help a whole family escape a war-torn country?
Maddie, it's through this website. It's called You Help, and it's run by a woman in Boca Raton. And it's similar to GoFundMe, except when you donate, the money isn't going to the website. It's actually going directly into the bank account of the organization you're helping, like this one, Yad Yisrael. And their campaign, called Rescuing Families of Ukraine, and Libby Hyken is the local running the website, and she is passionate about this campaign right here because Yad Yisrael has boots on the ground. They're in the Ukraine, in bordering countries, in Israel, getting people away from the war and helping them start over. And we have some images that the group sent CBS 12 of the 5,000 people that they've been able to save so far. They're buying and renting buses, hiring drivers, and locating Ukrainians hiding from Russian troops in order to evacuate them. The campaign helps pay for that, as well as food, drinks, and clothing for refugees. And escaping the country isn't even half of the mission.
They get them over the border, and at that point, they have to figure out what's their next steps. Where do they want to go? Is it a neighboring country that they're going to? Is it are they going to Israel? Are they going to America? How are they getting around? What are they taking with them?
Through Yad Yisrael and through donations, families have been able to get into housing and temporary shelters as they plan for their new lives. And it's estimated millions of dollars are going to be needed to help this rescue mission keep going. And even though Yad Yisrael is a Jewish group. They're willing to help anyone who needs it in the Ukraine. And so far, through UHelp, they've raised over $370,000. And if you want to put some of your own money into this campaign, into this program, we have the link on CBS12.com. Matt and Ashley.
A lot of money, but you know, it takes a lot of money to relocate all these people, his family, saw that bus full of people.
Yeah, it gives you a sense that their efforts are working. Amazing to see, Maddie. Our parent company, too, Sinclair Broadcast Group, is making it easy to help those in Ukraine right from your home. We're teaming up with the American Red Cross and the International Federation Red Cross to deliver humanitarian aid to Ukraine. All you have to do is scan the QR code. It's on your screen right now. We'll leave it up here for just a second. Or you can go to sinclaircares.com to get started. Sinclair is matching the first $50,000 raised.
All right, 6:47. Let's get back to Lauren.
Matt, thanks. We'll take a look right now at radar. Skies dry out there, clean sweep. Looking off towards the west from the airport camera. Dry skies for us. Not a bad start to our Tuesday. Looking at your marine forecast for today, that is a little bit warmer outside. We have an east-southeast wind at 15 to 20 knots. The waves are breaking between 4 and 6 feet. We're going to hit high tide this morning at around 11:45 and then low tide later into the evening just before 6 o'clock. Look at that marine forecast further inland near Lake Okeechobee. Skies still nice and clear out there through the morning and afternoon. An east-southeast wind at 10 to 15 knots with a moderate chop. So still not too bad outside for us. Skies will stay mostly clear as we move through the remainder of our morning outside. About 75 degrees by 10, near 77 at 11, warming towards the low to mid 80 degree mark, a little above average for this time of year. This all ahead of our next weather maker, which is a cold front that moves in on Thursday. Brings us a chance of rain for your Thursday and then colder air. We're back in the 70s for the weekend.
All right, Lauren, thank you. Take a look at our roads here. And this is right now in Vero Beach, Indian River County, where we see traffic is up to speed here on I-95. Meanwhile, our traffic tracker rolling along in Riviera Beach, eastbound Blue Heron Boulevard. No major problems on our roadways.
Let's move to an eye on money now. We're keeping an eye on the cost of rent. It is through the roof all over the country, certainly includes right here in South Florida, too. Rental prices went up an average of 15% last year, according to Census Bureau data. A couple who moved to Jacksonville to buy a home shared their rental crisis story on 60 Minutes. They say their rent increased by 30%, by about $300. So now their American dream of buying a home, it's become really difficult.
I realized my first house is probably going to be a starter home. It may not be that dream house, but it's a house, it's a home. Now our dream is now unattainable. It's disturbing.
Right now, Florida's seeing high rent prices because a lot of people are moving here. With more demand, again, we've just seen those prices skyrocket. 6:49 is the time. Attention students, listen to this. Summer internship applications with the Palm Beach County School District are open now. High school students and recent high school graduates attending college can apply. The internships start June 13th, last about 6 weeks. Starting pay is $10.75 an hour. If you're interested, apply on the district's website on your screen right now. Applications due April 15th. Internships are the best way to get that real work experience. You know what you'll be doing when you enter the workforce.
Absolutely. All right, don't go anywhere. Everything you need to know to start your day is coming up next.
Including where you can get free gas in our area. It's coming up in the Morning Rush in 3 minutes.
Need to know to get your Tuesday morning going.
Yeah, it's the Morning Rush. Sam Kerrigan starts us off.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is ready to discuss a deal with Russia. He says he will make a commitment to not join NATO in exchange for a ceasefire, withdrawal of Russian troops, and a guarantee of Ukraine's security. President Joe Biden will travel to Europe tomorrow for an emergency summit with other NATO countries to discuss the humanitarian crisis. The White House says he does not have plans to visit Ukraine.
It is back to school today in Palm Beach County after spring break, and because COVID-19 case numbers are so low, COVID protocols are changing. Masks are now optional for students, staff, and teachers as well, and there is no more contact tracing. Students who do show symptoms of COVID-19 can still get tested if they have a consent form on file.
The polls will open in just minutes for several cities holding runoff elections, including the town of Jupiter. Race for mayor is between Ilan Kofer and Jim Koretsky. Kofer won by more than 500 votes, but to win you need to carry more than 50% of the vote. So you can vote at your polling location today from 7 to 7.
We're here at the Wawa off Australian and Belvedere in West Palm Beach. This is where in just a few hours a local church will be holding a free gas giveaway. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning and drivers will be able to get up to $20 worth of free gas.
Storms are moving through Texas after tornadoes rooped through the state and portions of the Midwest too. Damage assessment will begin in the affected areas later this morning. While there was major damage reported so far, we don't know of any serious injuries from these storms. Lauren?
Let's take a look right now outside. Skies dry for us on this Tuesday morning. No issues looking out towards the west from the airport. Checking in now from Lake Worth. A really nice looking start out there. Just a few fair weather clouds to get our morning going. Storm track radar right now is dry. So overall, again, it looks very nice outside. 58 degrees in Okeechobee, 71 in Boynton. With that east to southeast wind and a little breezy out there again. Skies will remain mostly sunny as we move through the rest of our morning, about 78 degrees by 11 o'clock. That east to southeast wind again continues for us through your afternoon. It might pull a few clouds on shore, but I do expect all of us to stay dry. The rain chance increases a little bit more into the day tomorrow. It will be warm for your afternoon, low to mid 80s out there. We're going to be right near 80 degrees along the coast, maybe in the mid 80s, a little further inland. Continuing to warm for tomorrow. Colder air finally returns this weekend.
All right, Lauren, one last check of our traffic and our traffic tracker going westbound 45th Street in West Palm Beach. No issues there. We have had smooth sailing on our roadways all morning long. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, we'll take it on a Tuesday. Thanks for joining us, everyone, for CBS 12 News this morning.
Yeah, good luck on that first day back of school after spring break. Kids, parents, teachers, have a good one out there today. We leave you with a live look in Juno Beach.
Have a great rest of your morning, everyone. We'll see you 30 minutes with another local update.